you know I got to lean in.
Hey everyone.
Hey to the people, come on in. My microphone was muted. I wonder if it's a scheme that Miss Quad came to me to set me up with the BS.
Hmm.
Anyway, with that being said, welcome back, you guys. Come on in. I know last week was hot. This week gonna be even hotter. What's the tea? What's the tea? What's the tea? Hey Sammy, how are you, my sweet baby? I know you've been in mourning. How are you?
I'm actually alive and well and feeling quite swell. So, hey,
All right, well, good to see that you're still employed.
always.
I like you. Anyway, how are you, Dream? How are you?
I'm feeling blessed, ready for the holiday season, and you?
Yes, actually, I am feeling blessed as well. I'm ready for the holiday season. So long as don't nobody ask me for no gift. If you ask me for a gift, I'm going to give you a link to this review. So make sure that you guys tune in, like, and subscribe to this review. We're going to get into the mess. Y'all know how we get down. And so, because we know that what you come to see, we're going to do things a little bit different today. What we're going to do is we're going to address the latter half of the episode first so that we can give the rest of this particular episode the discussion that that whole ordeal deserves. So we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna go ahead and lean in, bitch. Who's in the room? Y'all know I can't see. Hey, Naya. That's the name I saw come across. I don't think I'm gonna need this wig. Hey, Sean, I'm gonna take the wig off because I don't think I'm gonna need it. Sammy promised me he was gonna add, but like he got his Debo shirt, so I don't know if he's gonna add or not. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put her up for
Oh,
Sammy to
Nita.
take
Hey,
it.
Nita.
Hey, Zeta. Oh, all
Oh,
right,
I said
Zeta.
Nita,
God
Zeta.
damn, Zena. Oh,
I can't read.
Zena.
And don't nobody
Happy
touch
holidays,
none of Quad
Zeta.
money. I'm going to handle Miss Quad money.
Well, since that's Miss Quad Money, go ahead and read Zeta's comment before we get started, Sammy.
Zeta said, Happy holidays, beautiful people. Happy holidays, Zeta.
Happy holidays, Zeta.
Happy holidays.
All right, give me 1 second. This file on my computer is way too small. We got to go ahead and see what that's about. I feel like somebody just set me up again. Child. What's the There we go. All right, there we go. All right, so let's get into it. We're going to review the back half first, and then we're going to go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of the episode, what I like to call Quad's Last Supper.
You're wrong.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and move right the hell on. It's 8:12 a.m. I'm not gonna read that. I'll read that last. Okay. So it's a new day in Napa. Sweet Tea is updating her husband, Dr. G, about the evening, and he wants her to stay out of it completely. Toya tells Eugene that the group is pretty much done with Quad. He's not happy about it, but what he is happy about is that the ladies were able to rally around Toya regarding these issues that her and Quad are having. And Toya also makes it very abundantly clear that while they are rallying together in stance against Quad, each lady has their own individual issue with Quad and not her alone. So let's just make that clear. I'm sorry, Zeta, you done gave the money. We don't know how to give it back. And it's gonna be well spent, okay? But what I will say is your girlfriend to get it tonight. I'm sorry, Zeta, I got to let her have it. With that being said, Jackie is speaking to the Madam Vice President, and she's nervous. She ought to be nervous because she went on the thing a couple of years ago and said that black women, like I don't want to paraphrase, I want to get it correct. Sammy or Dream, did you see this piece of hot tea circulating around the internet where basically Dr. Jackie alluded to the fact that the reason why black women are not taken seriously in the medical room is because they're extra? Is that what I got out of that, you guys?
Right. She says they're over dramatic and they need to. That's what she said. I mean, I wish she didn't say that, but that's what she said. And it's crazy that she's a doctor saying this.
Yeah, she said they cry wolf and they can't really really analyze the issues because they'll make it seem like there's a big deal when there's really nothing there. But I feel like that's what you go to the doctor for because you feel like you have issues. So, but
I have a
she
story
said,
and I'm gonna be brief about it. So me and my cousin drove down to our hometown from Atlanta, and she said she was having a headache. And okay, she's having a headache, but we were figuring we hadn't eaten, so maybe it was because we hadn't eaten. So we were gonna do what we normally do. We was gonna stop down to the soul food spot when we get in town. Bam, stop to the liquor store, check, and then we thought we would be okay. Um, then she says it's increasingly getting worse, so I stopped to a store. Stopped at the store. I get her something, and when I get back in the car, she is loudly like squealing, like "Ah," like I've never heard a human being make the noise that I heard my cousin make. So I'm like, "Are you sure you're okay?" And she's like, "Maybe I just need to go to sleep." But she's still like making this weird noise, like this really really squealing noise. So I pulled over to the liquor store and I said, "You know what? I don't feel good about this. Can I call the medical department, the ambulance?" And she agreed. So they come, they pick her up, they get her. They're treating her as if she is high on drugs or something like that. And I don't know people's tea because these days people do drugs all the time, and it's not like a taboo. But I don't necessarily know whether or not she does or not. Like that's just nothing that we talk about. You know what I mean? So I'm not the medical professional, but I know I've never heard my cousin make these noises before. She's making these noises. They're treating her like she's on drugs. We get to we get to the hospital. The doctor's treating her like she's on drugs because she wouldn't stay in one spot in order for him to get the vitals they needed because she was in excruciating pain. Um, so then her friend comes in and is like, "Do you hear her? You need to get what you can get and do this. Like, I don't know why you like giving her all this drama or whatever." Turns out she's in the midst of having excuse me, a damn stroke. And they were treating her like that. So I have to disagree with you, Dr. Jackie. I've seen it firsthand how people are treated when they come to everybody's different. Everybody deals with things different. She was in the midst of having like all of that going on and they were treating her so horribly. And sometimes you're in a position where you can't advocate for yourself. You need people there for you to advocate. So what if you're not there by yourself and you're treating them like that because you think they're on drugs? Like, oh, we see this all the time. You didn't see it in her. You ain't seen it in her today. So you treat her accordingly. So that is a doctor issue across the board because Dr. Jackie is a black female doctor. So now if the black female doctor doesn't believe us, girl, let me get my beer because now I done got hot. I done got hot. I done got hot now. If the black female doctor don't believe you, who the hell will?
You preaching right now.
So
Yes.
Dr. Jack can kiss my ass with that. She gonna kiss my ass a couple more times, but we're over today. With that being said, we're gonna move right along. Come on in. I had to put my wig on because that pisses me off. All right. The group meets with Jackass, and they tell Sweet Tea and Alicia that Quad has been asked to leave. Po Alicia. She like somebody has stole her best friend. She don't even know the lady, but she was really empathetic about it. Sweet Tea was trying not to bust out laughing. And that's all right with me, Sammy. Is it all right with you?
It definitely is all right with me because it ain't no fun when the rapper got the gun. Reunion day will be here, sweet tea. Them laughing, it's
Oh,
gonna be crying, it's gonna be tears,
oh
sweet
boy.
tears. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So they're at brunch, and Heavily leads a toast to Sweet Tea for sticking it out while the group finished out their issues with Dr. G's old wife and welcome her again to the fold, which is Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea is ecstatic and says that it truly feels like a new beginning for her. Dream, do you feel like it's a new beginning for the Sweet Tea and that Dr. Heavenly?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
Heavily only apologized to Sweet Tea because she just kicked Quad to the curb and she needs a backbone or someone else to bother. That was not genuine whatsoever, and Sweet Tea's a fool if she thinks it's genuine.
hmm. Well, y'all heard the people what they said about it. Okay, so Toya and Phaedra go to a focus group about Toya's wine project, and Phaedra says, finally, she is in a group where everyone is similarly situated and are bosses. And she literally was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta where Candy, who's one of the biggest bosses in the world, Nene, who was chasing A-list success, Kenya building a multi-million dollar hair care empire, Cynthia trying to bring real modeling to the A, and Portia. So was that a dig? What you tell me? What you think, Sammy? Was that a dig in the group
It,
chat?
it, it,
Group
it
chat people,
definitely
was
was.
that a dig?
Yeah, it was a dig. Why I don't know. Phaedra's just Phaedra, but we'll get to Phaedra.
Oh, we're gonna get the Phaedra today.
We're gonna
Was
get
that a
to
dig, Dream?
Yeah, that was definitely a dig because Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly are all business owners as well. So
Oh, see, I
Toya
thought it was a
lost.
dig at her former cast. You think it's at this cast? On
I
Well,
this
she
think
new
it's
said
at
it.
cast?
this
I
case.
don't want to. She said it on this one, and she went with Toya to say that. So I don't know.
And mind you, she had already been with the lady. She was saying that because they were around the wine people. So it was definitely towards this cast.
Hmm.
Really? I thought it was towards the last cast.
I think it was definitely towards this cast because she had been around ladies who were full of success.
So she
She was
was saying that she was finally around a group. So she's referring to the ladies who run the winery, not the actual cast.
she was talking about those. Yeah.
While you Willie Watkins, associate assistant ass, working ass, don't own no real store ass, don't got no real man ass, barely rate.
Fake ass reggae master ass. So we can't be cussing like that.
Yes, we can. This Tuesday night. Selling coochie in Dubai, allegedly on the black list, black
Allegedly.
book ass, allegedly ass.
Mm, mm, mm.
She couldn't possibly be talking about who she could be talking about. She couldn't possibly be talking about what? Oh well, Quad ain't working. Ain't.
What? Quad is working. Don't do her seasonings.
Sweet tea. Ooh, shit. Ooh, excuse me, baby. Zeta, I wish you would have. I'm glad you didn't wait to give us that money. I just got to be honest with
Zeta
you.
money gonna be she gonna get her money's worth. She know it.
This few.
She know it.
Right. Okay, you guys. Sweet tea does not. Excuse me. Wait, I skipped ahead. Toya. Okay, Toya wants to make sure that the consumer knows that it is black owned and a black woman is behind this, even though it is not black owned, and she is not the black woman behind it. Phaedra is, but that's neither here nor there. That's my business. Um, However, she just wants the consumer to know those things. Phaedra is proud of Toya because the ladies seem to think that all she does is play tennis and spend Eugene's money. Uh, she gonna get that tennis D again there, baby. Sweet Tea doesn't drink box wine, and she pours up some brown with heavy, and they're off to a good restart as Brown brings out the best in Dr. Heavenly, and Simone is acting judgy. All right. We're almost done with that last half of that episode. The men link up and Dr. Alicia husband admits, I don't know his name. What is his name?
Don't get me to
E-
try to pronounce it.
We just learned Alicia's name last week. So Alicia's husband admits that this is the first time being alone with his 5-year-old and 1-year-old child. He appreciates Alicia because they're wearing him out. Everyone else's children with them at very young ages. And Eugene fills the men in on how Quad was put out of the friendship group. Some of the husbands are disappointed, and Eugene is saying, it's not Eugene, excuse me, but everyone is, even Eugene said he was disappointed, that it ended up that way. And I do believe him there, but he is, of course, as we mentioned earlier, glad they're sticking by his wife. Everyone is disappointed except for Dr. G, who says, hell yeah, hell yeah. You thought he was Stone Cold Steve Austin, boy. He was so happy that Quad was out of the group, and he says that's because he does not want Sweet Tea and Quad commingling, even though Sweet Tea has no issue with Quad being in the group. That's what he said. Um, the ladies are at dinner and they're talking about things that they've done wrong in their marriage. Phaedra is surprised at all at Heavenly's revelation because she thinks that Heavenly, is mess. Alicia says that her and her husband grew up totally different, as he's Nigerian. He's used to having people like butlers, workers do everything for him. Whereas for her, she gets it from the mud, and she's had to take tools and put on boots and fix things around the house. And when she's done that, she has yelled at him that he was not a man, and she does feel bad about that. More in this random scene, Simone says that when Dr. Alicia is not around her husband, she's quiet. As when she's around her husband, she's quiet, but when she's around the group, she's talkative, and she's not buying it. Dr. Alicia is selling a whole bunch of wolf tickets, and she does not believe that that is Dr. Alicia's true personality. Heavenly says that you've got to love your husbands because honestly, it's too much. And then Toya asks Phaedra, where the hell is Dr. O? And she says, yeah, we broke up, but I got a new doctor now. Dream, give me your thoughts on the second half of the episode. Then Sammy, give me your thoughts on the second half of the episode. We got that out of the way. We get ready to get into what we came here to talk about.
Let's see. Second half of the episode, I feel like this is the most that we've heard from Dr. Alicia, and I wish she did held back. I wish she didn't say that. Just because it's already making me have a prejudgment of her in a negative way, kind of like how Sweet Tea was introduced by saying something, saying a little bit too much. I feel like you need to hold some things back until you feel like you can trust these ladies. And considering Alicia hasn't been around for so long, these ladies are going to take that little bit that she said about telling her husband that he's not a man and run with it.
Yeah, I agree. Um, As far as that, I mean, I don't know what they talking about. Learn from us. You can learn from us. Can nobody at the table give that woman no damn marital advice? Jackie husband had to step out of his for her to step back in it because he wasn't paying her. She wasn't paying him no mind. Simone was working too much to the point of her and her husband when got two separate houses on different ends of the damn city. You got Heavenly busting hers upside the head with a frying pan. When we don't know because she don't tell us nothing. And then Sweet T's like she's newly married, so I don't know what they're supposed to be teaching her. But okay, good luck. As far as the man, Eugene, listen. You told your wife that Quad shouldn't be coming because she's a powder keg. But you already know the point of contention that comes when you speak on Quad. So you speaking on her in a group of all these men, kind of acting like you're just so disappointed that it happened this way. When we all know, because y'all been saying for the longest she shouldn't even still be there. Him specifically, because she's no longer married. Them motherfuckers, they were not sad. They were glad about it, and he's continuously speaking on Quad. So when she snapped him and Toya at that reunion, I don't want to hear nothing about it. Keep her name out your mouth. She's asked you once. She's been doing this good this whole season. She ain't said nothing about you, but you just couldn't. I like a little gossip. You like a lot of gossip, and when she gets you, I don't want to hear nothing about it. Dr. G, you and that shrimp. I don't even know what was the reason for that. Oh, the hell yeah. Like, what was that for? What was the reason for it? If y'all don't have no issue with Quad, you couldn't have possibly thought you was going to bring this woman on here and she wasn't going to run into your wife. If you didn't want that, then why the hell you signed the paper? They were trash, and I cannot wait until they have to see her again and live up to all that mess they were sitting in the man sitting in their little sister circle talking about. I can't wait till she get them.
I do want to add in something that Sweet Tea said. She said that she has an issue with Gregory, and she always tells him, "I just want you to hear me." Isn't that exactly what Quad told him, like verbatim? I want you to hear me. She's literally saying the problems that Quad has already went through, but at the same time, I understand why Dr. G got excited that Quad got kicked to the curb. He doesn't want Quad to give Sweet Tea the tea on him. Quad is a girl's girl. I feel like Quad will let T know the real about Dr. G and leave him.
I don't even think that's the case. He just as much as the rest of them girls, he was glad to come back on there because they knew it was gonna be something. It was gonna be. You can't hear?
Oh, I can hear you, Sammy. We can't hear you,
We can't hear you.
Chase.
They knew it was gonna be something to where he can get Quad back in some way. But I mean, look. I get that Quad is the odd man out, we'll say, but the fact that they are just so sick and tired, but they just continually speak about like they say she's not working. She's working them. She's working them because they can't keep quiet about it. Like it's Quad, 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 Quad. But I mean that's that for them. When we get to the reunion, because we won't see her anymore until the finale, then we can address all those things. But I'm ready to get into the meat of the episode because I have enough that I want to say. I have a lot that I
I
want
feel
to
the
say.
energy,
I have a
Sammy.
lot that I want to say because those women, accolades and success aside, they are trash. Their social
Especially Dr.
skills,
Jackie.
they're in the garbage. It's terrible, and I cannot wait until we can get into it.
I agree with you.
Yeah, they're very successful, but other than that,
Personality-wise,
I mean,
decency.
I'd hate to see a bunch of educated women have to participate or rely to groupthink because all of a sudden now all these issues we haven't required, but just last season we all needed her for a numbers game to get it heavenly, all was well. Now all of a sudden we going back to remember, oh, we have all these issues with her. They full of shit, and I cannot wait until we can get into it. So hopefully Chase
Yeah,
gets
I
back
agree.
soon.
I agree. They're full of shit, especially Dr. Jackie. And once we get to the real scene of the show, we can really get into it because I'm really disappointed. Chase, you're back.
Okay, can y'all hear me? I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Yes, we can.
You know, my mother calls it her favorite time in the middle of me hosting Married to Medicine, and I got to answer the phone for my mama, y'all. I don't care what y'all say in that group chat. That's my mama. That's my mama. And we're not going to do too much about the mamas, Miss Toya. I heard you say something, Dream, before I was so unceremoniously ousted from a show that I host. And you said that Quad is a girl's girl. And baby, what girls? Are you referring to the sister circle or are you referring to Married to Medicine? Because girls where?
She's a girl's girl because she's been there for them during their time of trauma and she wasn't like ragging on them whenever they're already down.
I mean, Chase saw that earlier. We shared a clip earlier where Simone said that there were relationships, so he can't deny that. I mean, Simone said it herself.
Well, she hasn't been a girl since at least season 6. So.
Is that around the time they were kind of not empathetic to her divorce and wanting to know what was going on, but not giving her space to tell because whatever she was saying wasn't true because the doctor has to keep his stance and all these things are just not true about Dr. G. Was
That
that around
wasn't the
season
whole
6?
cast. That was girls that did not F with her and she didn't F with. That was not the whole cast. It was
It
not the
was
whole
another.
cast. The girls that she purported to be her friends were there for her in the ways that she allowed them to be there for her.
And if you
Her
notice,
enemies, I can't speak for Mariah and Toya. What they said in that little clip that's
mm,
resurfacing is not nice. It is gross. It is nasty. But at the same side of the token, it wasn't her friends who was saying that stuff. So
so because they not
can we
okay.
call that? I'm just saying no.
Remember,
Can we
remember
acknowledge
that. So when
that?
we get to talking about morale and
Excuse
being
me, Miss
accountable,
Quad. Excuse me,
remember
Miss
that.
Quad.
Remember
Can
that.
we acknowledge Miss Quad?
I,
Before we move on to another point, we have to acknowledge the first point. Can we at least acknowledge that before we move forward?
acknowledge what? That
Acknowledge
those were
what?
That those
friends.
girls were not her friends when they made those nasty comments. The
I can
girls that she
absolutely,
rolled for
yeah.
did not make those comments about her, and they did
I can
support her.
acknowledge that. I can
Okay,
acknowledge that.
okay.
Remember,
Now,
one of those girls was Toya, though, right? One of those
huh?
girls was Toya. One of those girls was Toya, though, right?
But let you tell her, and Toya been in since season 1. So which one is it?
That's what I'm trying to understand because all of a sudden it's quite a bad friend of Toya when they've been at odds for season 1. We need to figure that out.
This
We need to
square
figure
thinks
that
that
out.
Quad's a girl's girl.
Okay,
This
well I
girl
don't agree
here
with your
thinks Quad's
square.
a girl's
So
girl.
your square and my square opinion is your square is loud and wrong.
You loud
Yes.
and wrong. Maybe I am like Dr. Heavenly.
No,
Loud and
No,
oh,
I
wrong.
we
wouldn't give
finna
you
have a
that. I
time
wouldn't
tonight
give you
because
that just yet.
I'm finna drive down on Heavenly because y'all know that used to be my girl and I used to sit up here and defend her because they were doing her wrong.
And
Oh,
what?
but Heavenly.
Tell it, cause what was I telling you back then, Sammy?
I'm gonna say this before we get into it.
Say
Chase,
it.
Danny, a couple of them have probably told me, like, I can't even wait to get to Jackie, but they've told me about these people, and I didn't really pay them that attention, especially Jackie, that much attention because she just was not interesting. But now that everything is coming on, and when you look back on a lot of other stuff, I'm finna ride down on Jackie and Heavenly bitch. You better hope you better hope I don't got enough gas for me on you when I'm done with Jackie, because y'all finna get it tonight. Y'all are
Okay. All right,
trash.
well, let's
The
go ahead
green.
and give it to them because we got to open up the phone lines too.
Mm,
Let's give it to the
mm,
people. So we're going to go ahead and start. Now that we've reviewed the first half of the episode, thank y'all for tuning in. We got the people in the room. So now that the people are coming in the room, we got some, that money to spend. Thank you, Zeta. And we're going to go ahead and get into it because we are at Last Supper. And Dr. Heavenly has just expressed that Quad only reaches out to her after Phaedra, said that she would not be attending the cash trip with Quad. So she says that Phaedra called her and said, hey, I'm not going to bring Quad with me because every time I bring Quad with me, it's a mess. And then immediately thereafter, she received a phone call from Quad, but she had not heard from Quad before that. So that's Dr. Heavenly's point. So then she says she feels that Quad is a user, and the whole table was shocked. Heavenly says that Quad uses her friendship and is not sisterly. And Quad tells Heavenly that she has not been sisterly either. Heavenly says she knew Quad would come. She knew Quad would come on a trip with that BS, and she's sick of her shit. And I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to cuss, okay? So if you guys are sensitive about this cussing, please exit to the left, and we will see you in 2 weeks when the show picks back up. Because as of now, this is not the G-rated lean. This is real talk lean, and we're gonna really talk about it. Okay. So if you get a cuss word, y'all gonna have to talk to somebody else about it. Don't write no emails about us. Don't tell HR on us. What happens in this show stays on this show. Okay. So Heavenly says that she knew Quad was gonna come on the trip with some BS, and she's sick of her shit. Quad says that F your ass. And then Heavenly says, don't F my S, F your S. So then Heavenly says, from there, Simone intervenes and asks the ladies to calm their voices so that, y'all got to catch this tea now, so that Phaedra does not think and has less of a hood perspective of their authentic personalities. Toya adds that Phaedra isn't used to this type of shit. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to turn it over to y'all yet. I'm going to break this down, but I want to point out that that part is important because it has recently been revealed that Phaedra told Quad not to invite her on the show if it was going to be, what was it, Sammy?
oh, well, you said a bunch of ninja stuff.
Yeah, well,
Go
I don't
edit
like
that
the
out.
N word though. Now, I don't like.
Cortez gonna put me up out of here.
Oh my God. Yo, okay. Yeah,
And that goes
well,
back to another reason why I think she made that remark when they got to the wine with at the winery with them women.
so therefore, now Phaedra has just been put on notice that yeah, she telling what you telling her. Robo's Adventure, don't laugh at that. Don't egg that on Robo's Adventure, because that's be half the problem. Y'all be egging my brother, my sister, my mister, my wister. Y'all be egging him on, child. And he get up on here, hopped up and ready to fight. Toya didn't feel like what Quad was saying was resonating with the group, and Dr. Jackie finally opens her let me not do that because that could be considered shaming, and I'm not gonna do it. Dr. Jackie opens her mouth for once and says that the group is focused on elevating their friendships and they're missing that piece with Quad. They want to confront her to say accountability is necessary. It comes with actions. And, they're really worried that Quad is not going to show the actions, even though she continues to reiterate her newest talking point, her newest thing of the season, which her heart posture. She's been saying that a lot lately. My heart posture is in the right place. Nobody's buying it. Toya wants to know how can they trust her words when they do not. She does not put actions behind her words. And Toya says, moving forward, you cannot talk about my husband. And moving forward from there, you accused us of setting up a robbery. Quad says that that is untrue, and she never accused Toya and Eugene of setting up robbers, and the footage said that was a lie. Um, at that point, Toya turns back and looks disappointingly, and I'm going to give my reason why when we talk about this, why I feel like she was disappointed. And Heavenly Hells says that Quad is playing the victim. Quad says that she just wants to be good to them and wants them to be good to her. Jackie says that mostly the group is hurt from her comments, most especially not being able to get over her saying that she has no emotional attachment to them, and of course her sister circle comment that she made seasons ago. Quad says that the relationships are broken. So Simone feels that it is disingenuous and opportunistic because they don't hear from Quad all year long, and then when events come on and come around, then she pops up. Which to me gave me, we don't hear from you during the off season, and when we start filming, you come around as if you're a girl's girl. Um, that's not the key to longevity within this group. You have to make friends. Quad says that all she wants to do is love and be loved, and she misses the way that they were in the past. I wrote a dig in there, but I'm not going to say it. She misses the way that they were in the past. The love, now she's realizing the love was fake and the hate was real. Toya isn't there to forgive Quad yet, but the next day is important and she wants to be surrounded by people who she trusts and people who support her. She doesn't want the vacation to be closure with Quad, and dinner is finally adjourned. Once dinner is adjourned, Phaedra is really taken aback because she didn't know Quad was saying all of those things about her behind her back. Heavenly reassures her, oh yeah, she said it, because that's how we know it. She said it. Um, the ladies then meet up in Toya's room to debrief, and Heavenly says that Jackie was right all along because Jackie would tell Heavenly, why did she continue to give Quad so many chances when in essence all she does is turn around and shit on Dr. Heavenly. Um, Jackie feels that they were always relegated to secondary status within Quad's social circle in life. Most importantly, again, as we mentioned earlier, when it came to the sister circle, Jackie likes Quad and she feels like she has a lot of great traits, but unfortunately for Jackie, the negative traits that Quad has outweighs her good ones. Wow. I mean, that is a heavy statement. So we're going to wrap this up here. Phaedra says the only, oh, damn. Okay, yeah. Whew. Okay, Phaedra says the only bad thing that Quad ever did to her was talk about her behind her back to Heavenly, but she doesn't feel like it was that big of an issue, and she's neutral in this fight. Simone asks if they have anything to offer Quad as a group, so Toya calls Quad over, and she dramatically accepts the invitation to appear. Once she appears, before she appears, Heavenly said, Simone says, I didn't want to miss this point. I'm sorry. Simone says, hey, maybe we should all sleep this off and come back to this tomorrow. Maybe we may be doing too much. Heavenly says, no, I already said how I felt. The deal is done. Bring her ass over here. So Quad comes over, Versace robe and forehead and toe. And she's meeting up with the ladies to go ahead and discuss whatever the hell it is that the ladies want to discuss. And Toya lets her know that they have gone ahead and spoken more about their dinner that they just had. And Simone takes it from there. Simone says that Quad tells them that she has no emotional connection and it's not going to work, so they're going to need her to leave the trip. We're going to need to leave the trip, y'all. She is expecting Quad was not expecting that, and she wanted the opportunity to show them differently. She's hurt that they're in this place, and she wants to know how they can come back. As she thought the resurrection was going to be a new beginning for her and that group. Um, Simone says that the resurrection was an epic fail, and Claude wants them to acknowledge that they've hurt her as a group as well. Simone says that they've been hearing how they've hurt her for years and done her wrong for years as her friend, but this was the first opportunity they really took to express how she has hurt them, and now she's turning the tables and making it about her hurt and not owning anything that she's done to the ladies when they're bringing up these issues. Quad still wants to be friends. Heavily doesn't want her gone from the group per se, but she does think maybe sending her home would wake her up. Quad feels that her head is in a blender, and she just asks a very poignant question. Damn, y'all don't remember me? It's me, Charles. How could you do this to me? And baby, if she does not ever get back on Married to Medicine, which is what the rumors are having. There's a lot of rumors. We're gonna talk about everything today, y'all. There's a lot of rumors. But if she does not get back, I'm sure there's a BET Plus Tyler Perry TV show with her name on it. Cause baby, she gave it up in that confessional. Did she not, Sammy?
She always gives it up.
Oh, girl, anyway. It's 8:12 a.m. and she's eating her food and licking her wounds. She's hurt and disappointed, as well as saddened. She can't believe Heavenly said that she was using her. She's her friend and would have expected this type of treatment from Toya, but not Heavenly. She stood by each of those women, and when the curtains are pulled back, you'll see how people really treat you. So that is the breakdown of that whole departure of Miss Quad. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe in the group chat. Make sure that you're giving us your comments. We're going to open up the phone line soon, but we're going to get our points across. And so, Sammy, well, excuse me, I apologize. I want to start it differently. Dream, we start off at the Last Supper. Heavenly is telling Quad all of these things about how she thinks that she's a user, blase squad, this, that, and the third. So let's talk about that dinner first before we get to the hotel room scene where Phaedra was so nervous about getting called out, she was farting all over the place. Dream, what did you think about the dinner, the second half of the dinner scene?
That dinner honestly was a lot to me. Heavenly is not a good friend. She's not Quad's friend. She literally had mad day and started airing out everything that Quad done said about everybody. That's not cool. So that's just number one. Heavenly's not really Quad's friend. Number two, for Toya to be in my opinion, Toya is the sole person who has an issue with Quad because Quad was talking mess about her family or whatever. I don't understand where all of this heat is coming from the rest of the girls, but then I do get it because they feel like, in my opinion, I feel like they think that they're better than Quad. They've been treating her like junk since episode 1, season 1. And now that she doesn't have her doctor husband and she's solidified on her own, I feel like they feel like they can't little girl her no more. So it's kind of like, who are you? Why are you here? If you feel like you're on the same page as me and you're not because you're not a doctor, X, Y, and Z. I feel like Jackie doesn't like her for that reason. I feel like Simone is the same way. I feel like they don't like the fact that she's glowing on her own without being connected to a doctor anymore. And I feel like they don't think that she needs to be on the show because how is she on this show? It's a lot to me.
It's okay.
But at the same time, I feel like... Say it again?
I said you got to get it going on. Keep coming.
I just feel like it should have been a conversation between Toya and Quad instead of Heavenly, Jackie. I know I said in the last episode, Jackie was quiet. Jackie didn't speak up. And she did start talking on this episode, but I really wish that she didn't because it was very unneeded for her to say that we were really hurt about the comment that you made about not being close to us or having an emotional connection with us. When she just said, not on this season and also on other seasons, that she's not close to Quad. So how are you hurt that she's saying she doesn't have an emotional attachment to you, but you just said that you don't speak to her?
Oh, somebody calling Dream. Is that my mama Dream? How? You want to pick up my
That
mama phone
really
number?
was
We're
my
gonna talk about
mom.
it. It's gonna be a different show.
But what was I saying? Yeah, I
About
just feel
Jackie
like it should have been a
being
Toya versus Quad thing versus a Quad versus the group thing. Heavenly is messed up for what she tried to do to Quad, in my opinion, and that's all I got for now.
okay. Sammy, what did you think about the second half of the dinner scene?
The second half of the dinner scene. Okay. So first, I want to say that I think Quad's mistake, her first mistake, was when she knew it was for Toya. She should have called Toya and spoke to Toya, or when she got to the room to find out that she didn't have a room, but she did have a room. She should have spoke to Toya, and they should have kind of made some type of amends then. When it comes to the resurrection, her feeling, oh, well, that's later on. We'll get to that later on. The dinner, Heavenly. She said it on several lives with Carlos. She basically feels away because Quad was befriending Phaedra. So her tossing out what Quad was saying about Phaedra, that was I'm finna break this up. If it ain't me, it ain't finna be her. That's what that was. Heavenly is trash to sit there and say that she feels like Quad is using her. But your whole campaign you've been running about Sweet Tea coming was to because Quad's there. We know Quad gets really mad for real. We know Quad's gonna act the fool. We know Quad's gonna put on good TV. The rest of them ladies, she don't. This is my thing. She doesn't call y'all off camera. Last year, y'all have all these running issues with her now. But last year, when it was a numbers game, y'all needed everybody to jump up and get on heavy about the YouTube. Y'all was good with Quiet then. Y'all was good with up until the robbery stuff. And we not gonna omit that came after Dave was saying that she was sleeping with the contractor. But we'll get to that. However, she doesn't call y'all off season. When y'all left the reunion, her and Toya weren't on good terms. Jackie don't even have a good enough relationship for her to even matter. Heavenly talks about the girl every chance she get. We've established, well, we said here that Quad allows it because that's still her into the group. And then who was the other one? Simone. You sitting up there tossing shots on Instagram with Sweet Tea and all these other type of things. Mind you, you were the one who brought up the contractor the second time, and I don't remember you being accountable for that when it came to Quad. So when the reunion
Yes, she
ended,
did. She said it in the reunion, last season's
she
reunion.
said she said it, but did she
She said
apologize
she
for it?
said it.
Did she apologize for it?
I don't
No,
remember. I don't know.
exactly. So when it comes to accountability, when
That's not
Quad,
exactly as I don't know. That's not a
when
yes
Quad,
or
but
no.
I'm
That's I
saying when
don't know.
Quad, they're screaming accountability. When
That's
Quad said I
not.
could have done, when Quad said I could have done things differently, is that not accountability? What did they want for her to get on her knees and break down in song, screaming "baby, baby, please"? Like
That's
what did
not
they want?
accountability,
That's what
baby.
they wanted.
I could have done.
That's
I could
not.
have.
They wanted that. Go
Okay,
ahead. Oh,
so
I'm trying not to interrupt you.
okay, so we can give them that. So what if they? What was anybody going to say? Well, you know what, Quad? We probably should have been spreading rumors about you sleeping with a contractor. We don't be accountable about that, but because we tugged at your wig and you came back and pulled mine off, now you need to apologize first. That's bullshit. And then, although she doesn't call us, how they left the reunion. When was she supposed to pick up the phone between the shots with on Instagram with Sweet Tea? Her and Toy, we've established they don't do each other. Jackie is the 9 month. She's not important in this equation. When was she supposed to pick up the phone? And when she did pick it up, which one of the girls she was supposed to call? Because they all made it very clear that they didn't want nothing to do with her. So what was she supposed to do? And then we get here, and has anybody talked to Quiet? Has anybody talked to Quiet? Yeah, I bet y'all all looking for Quiet because Toy is only so much box wine you gonna sell. Simone ain't said nothing about no damn book. We know Heavenly ain't finna tell us nothing about her and her daddy. Jackie just Jackie. So we don't get Quiet up in here. We are done for. Somebody get Quiet on the phone so we can get her a Sweet Tea sparring. That's what they're trash. And y'all got to know to say the girl is using y'all. It's mutual. Quit trying to make her accountable. Quit asking and requiring and requesting things that y'all are not providing. Quiet is not right, but she is not the only one wrong. And that's my issue with this whole thing. They make it seem like she's just horrible person. She's this horrible person. She does this to us. She does this to us. But they completely omit everything that they do. And that is trash. And it's like for them to be doctors, they have to get them a bunch of airheads. Like they get them blip brains and they go and get in the group. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. Talk to that girl one-on-one. She asked y'all at the resurrection. Toya was the only one that she told, if you can forgive me, I can forgive you. Toya was the only one she gave that very unnecessary speech to. The rest of them girls she asked directly, is there an issue? To which they all said no. Then y'all
Simone
get together.
did not say no.
What did Jackie say when she said is there any strife?
Simone did not say no.
Simone, but did Simone not agree that they could move forward?
Simone said that they could move forward.
All right. So at this point, what the hell are we talking about?
Exactly.
Okay.
Toya is the only one with a legitimate issue. The rest of them, as successful as they are not thinking smartly. They are not acting. They didn't call that girl out there for no reason because y'all saying we don't want to hear what you got to say. We want to see what you're going to show us, and then y'all send her on the way before she can show you anything. Their minds were made before they came. They enjoy beating up on Quad. That makes them. It sucks. It's ass, and they are trash. And I cannot wait for the reunion.
Can I say one more thing?
Please, because I got to get in here now, Dream. I got to get in here now.
Come on,
I don't know where this narrative is coming from that she only spoke about the sister circle and then give them credit, because on that same episode, she said something about the sister circle. Some of the girls left, and then she went on to address the Married to Medicine ladies and how she appreciated them. So I know that the ladies, including Jackie, is sitting on that, like, oh, you made us feel some type of way. But if y'all were listening like I was, because I literally just watched it, right? She did address y'all and she did show y'all acknowledgement, but because it wasn't as soon as you wanted it to and it wasn't how you wanted it to be directly, you have a problem with that, and you're gonna act like she didn't address you and show you acknowledgement. We're gonna do that,
Sammy.
And that's the truth, because she
wait a minute now. I got to say
hold on, wait,
something.
because I just want to get this out.
Sit around here like no bump on the lawn now.
No. That's a perfect example. She did not perform the way that they wanted. They wanted the whole thing before Sister Circle. Just like Kwai said, I'm apologetic for what I've done, and I no longer have an emotional connection to y'all. So she's being accountable. She's being honest. Oh, but now you don't have an emotional connection to us. Now we got a problem with that. The girl was gonna lose regardless. Their minds were made.
No, I'm done. I'm not gonna sit back anymore and be quiet because no.
Stand up, baby.
Well, allow me to. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Come on.
Because first of all, I wanted to say that I am glad that we are here. Me and you are back, Sammy. So I'm glad that we're back, and we do miss Antonio, and that's all that we miss, and so that's who we miss. And with that being said, she's gonna come up here last week talk about we glad them other two out that ain't on here this week, but we glad you ain't up here this week, Alpha. And we did not forget. With that being said, I wanted to say this. That is not the first time she made that Sister Circle comment. She made it 2 times throughout the duration of the show. The first time she said it, she did not give the Married to Medicine girls any props. She went ahead and did it again another season. She gave the Sister Circle girls her props, and the girls did not stick around and see it twice, and they left, and then she gave them their props. That was not the first time she did that. She had also did that a season prior to that. Because that's the season 7 one she did when they were in the all white. Before that, she did that before that. Now, wait a minute. We're going to tell it right. That's not the first time that she did it 2 times throughout this show, okay? And then when we talk about accountability is not, if you're willing to, Toya, I'm willing to forgive everything you ever said about me. Accountability is not, you cannot talk about my husband and you accuse us of robbing. Well, I've been hurt as well. That's not accountability. So when it's easy to say that, yeah, they wanted her to bend over and kiss their ring and lick their booty and do all that stuff. But what accountability honestly looks like is saying, Toya, me and you have had issues. I recognize that me talking about your husband is a hot spot for you, and no matter what issues we have, as long as your husband keep my name out of his mouth, I'll keep my name. Whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. As long as we keep each other's name out of each other's mouth, I can do that moving forward. I apologize for that, and I also apologize for going ahead and accusing you of setting up our fellow cast member to be robbed. That is accountability. She had an opportunity to do it at that dinner. She did not do it. That is accountability. I don't really give a damn what other people doing. Why this one mad at you? Why that one mad at you? Why this one mad at you? Why that one mad at you? If you really want to take accountability for a situation and for a situation, that you are involved in and somebody is asking you for the accountability, the accountable thing to do is not to say, well, you hurt me too. The accountable thing to do is to be sure that you're ready to apologize and apologize for your actions. Because it is about accountability. And once you have sincerely done that, then you can address how you were hurt. Then you can say, well, just as I've accepted accountability for the things that I've done to you and I've apologized for that, can you apologize for going around and perpetuating the rumor that I was sleeping with the contractor when I wasn't? Can you do that? That's not what we got. We got her popping out of caskets. We got her evading accountability and talking about how she was hurt. I would rightfully be frustrated too. That's not what Quad did. So let me tell you something. Miss Quad is Miss Quad. She right when she right. She wrong when she wrong. But she has had so many opportunities this season to get it right. And she has stubbornly going against each and every one of those opportunities because whether or not they wanted to see her cry, whether or not they wanted to see her sweat, whether or not they want to have her down, she wouldn't give them the opportunity. And sometimes humility and accountability is, you know what, eating a piece of humble pie. It is accepting a little bit of crow. Okay, so if you don't want to do it because these are not your emotional attachments to the group, you certainly, to me, look crazy as we'll get into in the hotel room saying, "How do we fix this? I miss my friends. I want to be friends with y'all." Do you do or do you don't? Which one is it? Because if you don't, then you don't take accountability. If you don't, then you don't apologize for the things that you've done as well. Okay, and as we have seen Quad through many situations on the show, I don't. We speaking about Quad right now. So when I'm talking about Quad, I don't want to hear. But well, Simone in season 3 didn't do this and didn't do that. We're talking about Quad right now. And so as far as Quad is concerned, you can barely put on a couple of fingers how many times she's actually accepted accountability. With that being said, I do remember a time that she finally apologized to somebody. She gave Mariah an apology, but Mariah almost died, miscarried twins, and her mama had to stroke for her to get it. Okay? So she has apologized once or twice throughout the 10-year run, but that's just not something that's built in her. So when the group has these individual issues, my issue with the group is this. Toya letting her know up front what time it is. You can't say this. You can't do this. Dr. Jackie has always been a sneak and a snake. And if you want to go back to the Lean season 8 review 1, when I said it then, and when you want to go back to season 9, when I said it then, and season 10, when I said it then, as far as them dogging out Quad, they wrong for it. They ganging up on it. But I got to be honest with you. They dogged my girl out, Mariah Huck, and I'm bringing her up. They dogged Mariah to the floor. And so the same things that they're saying about Quad, they said them about Mariah. And Mariah took her punishment. She got voted out of the group. She came back into the group. And they treated her like trash for 5 or 6 more years today. And nobody said anything, baby. So as far as I'm concerned, Quad is getting her just desserts. I do not ever like to mention karma because to me, I don't like to speak on karma. It's not for me to decide what your karma is. But in the words of Monica, it is funny how those tables turn, okay? Because now the shoe was on your foot. It's me. It was you when you was helping them corral another bitch out the group. It was you then. So now it's you now. So now you see that they didn't want either one of y'all in that group. The doctors have always felt that they were better than the wives. The only little girl you, because you from Memphis and you ain't had no address when you came into the group and you married the man because people said you ain't really want him, but you want to be on a TV show, allegedly. I don't know if that's true or not. They all treated her like the less than, but as far as the doctors were concerned, especially Dr. Jackie, those girls were beneath her anyway. So how dare another girl rise up in the group? How dare a girl call herself the Queen Bee and I'm Dr. Jackie? Out. How dare a girl is the Don Diva and going around telling people that I'm the star of the show? Quadra's done a lot of stuff too, going around calling herself the star of the show. Them girls did not like that. That Sister Circle stuff, them girls did not like that. There's a lot of things that Quad did too, and that can be admitted upon. And they're not completely wrong, but where Heavenly is definitely wrong is just as she using you, you're using her, bitch. So how dare you get up there? How dare you had enough? If you wasn't using her, then you wouldn't need her to come back with Sweet Tea and her husband, Dr. G, and you will be fine with Alicia and Phaedra. Y'all keep it moving. You use her too, baby. You do. You do use her. Now, whether it's a friendship group or not, it is a TV show. Oh, is it me or did I just find out today that Married to Medicine was about a group of friends that just so happen to have a TV show? That is like the wildest thing to me because I have a group of friends and we should just so happen to have a TV show. If that's the case, it is work, okay? At the end of the day, it is work. However, Dr. Heavenly has dogged that girl out while platforming her and dogged her out because guess what? I'm bringing up the M word again. Dr. Heavenly and Quiet friendship was a friendship of convenience because they just did not like Mariah and they became friends. But those two girls were never meant to be friends anyway. Those two girls are not friends, right? Because you can't be my friend and be dogging me out, talking about my booty fake. I'm sleeping around with contract. Heavenly brought that to the show. And contrary to your belief, Sammy, the episode at Quad's house with the Christmas party where the new girl brought up her finances and tried to fight her, and then Zaina, who Quad invited to the party, said that not Simone, but Toya was sleeping with somebody in the neighborhood cheating on Dr. Eugene, happened in the very next episode. Simone brought up at lunch about the rumors that she had heard about the contractor. So it was after that. It was not mentioned from Simone or Toya until after they set that girl up clearly. It was a setup. Because if you remember, now all of a sudden, Dr. Heavenly say, girl, I don't want to have nothing to do with this. And they talk about your husband, Toya. And I just want to pull you to the side and let you know I had nothing to do with it. Bitch, it was
You
a
said
setup
who said
then.
that? Who
Every
did
season,
that?
Heavenly, huh?
You said who said that?
Heavenly. Remember when Heavenly pulled Toya to the girl that they
Oh,
talk about
I
your
definitely remember. I'm just trying to understand how Quad got in that equation.
It's Quad House. The Quad invited Zayna to
I
our
do have
house
a
knowing
question
that
for
she
you.
was going to
I have
share
a
that
question for
information,
you.
Sammy. Now
I
you
have a
get
question
on
for
there,
you.
Sammy.
I have a question for you because you said there and said how Quad has so many times to be accountable and apologize.
Yeah.
How many times did they have it? What did they not also have those same amount of times?
That's not accountability, baby.
No. I didn't ask about accountability. I said did they not have those same amount of times to be accountable and
What did they do to
apologize?
Quad?
Did you not just say that they was talking about her
Well,
sleeping
what
with
I'm
the
saying is,
contractors?
well, hold. Let me rephrase that.
So no. Did they?
Hold on, wait.
Yes or
Let
no?
me
Did they
rephrase
not? Did
that.
they or did they not have that same amount of time to be accountable and apologize?
Let me rephrase that.
Okay, let me hear.
Because I do know what I meant, and I didn't say it how I meant. What I'm saying is, has Quad verbalized to them what they have done to her? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, she has.
Okay. So who did she verbalize that to so I can see whether or not she was accountable? They were
Who did she?
accountable.
Who did she?
Who
Who
are
did
you
she realize
referring to?
what she? Did she
Are
not
Okay,
you
if
say?
we're
referring to
talking about
Toya?
accountability, I don't feel like the ladies even gave her an opportunity to be accountable. It's one person versus like 5 other women attacking her. I'm not gonna be accountable for anything.
It
I'm
doesn't even
under
matter if
attack.
they
I'm
gave
about
her
to
an
sit
It doesn't
there.
even matter if they gave her a chance or not. They didn't want accountability from her. They wanted to beat her upside the head. That's what they wanted. She could have apologized. She
We
could have
supposed
broke
to feel
down.
bad? I
They
don't
could have
feel
wanted.
bad for her.
Right, but if we're
Listen.
talking about the narrative that Quad didn't hold herself or show accountability, I'm not going to show you accountability if you are grilling me and attacking. You didn't get me a room. You basically don't want me here. You sat me down at this dinner. There's 5 of y'all going off of me. Heavenly over here throwing everything I'm saying underneath. I told her in privacy as a friend. You're throwing me under the bus on that day. You want me to sit here and be accountable? Nah.
And then mind you, Simone said in the room to Toya, we don't want to put her on the defense. We want to make her think it's all good. So even though you're making her think it's all good, when you get there, now she know it ain't all good. What the hell you thought was gonna happen? What the hell you thought was gonna happen?
All I said was I do see honestly both sides of the
They
token.
all wrong, and that's my only just. They are all wrong. They trying to make it
when
like
we
it's
say
Quad.
all of
It's
them, the
not just
core 4
Quad.
plus one
It's
more,
all of them.
the
all of
funky
them,
4
including
plus one
Quad.
more, all of them are
To a
wrong.
little bit. I
That
feel like
ain't no
Quad's
damn
only wrong because
the
she.
fofo. Them girls ain't no damn friends, as we see later on when they get to beating each other upside
let's
the
drink,
head.
get this out, and then we got to move to the second part, and then we're gonna open the phone lines. Drink, get this out, and then we got to go ahead.
Jasmine, you need to take a sleeping pill, baby. Go to bed.
I said everyone is wrong to a certain degree, but I feel like in this specific situation, Quad is less wrong with the way that she handled it. Quad was the only way I found Quad wrong in this situation is because she could have a little bit addressed Toya specifically and wronging Eugene. What?
You said a little bit?
A little bit. She could have addressed her a little bit.
Give me an example of what's a little bit of addressing.
I won't do it again.
No, I would like to see what the hell you're talking about when you say a little bit of addressing. So yes, we are.
Oh, what did she say that a little bit? How did she address it? A little bit?
No, when you said that
what do you mean by
a little bit of addressing, and I don't understand what a little bit of addressing a situation
I felt
is.
like Quad could have at least Toya wasn't yelling at her. She was having a calm conversation for the most part. I felt like Quad could have listened to Toya and saying like, you called my husband, yada yada. You can't do that. You're right, Toya. I can't. My bad.
Oh, so you're saying that the little bit that she should have addressed should have been to Toya, but not to the rest of the ladies.
Correct. You don't owe the rest of the girls anything.
No, because I really didn't understand it. I just wanted clarity. So thank you for clarifying that. And I honestly think it seems like to me that a lot of the girls are taking this issue on as a group, and they are basically, but the thing about what they're doing is they're saying you cannot move forward with us as a group until you apologize to this girl for accusing her of setting up a cast member to be robbed. To me, it feels like that's where the hard line in the sand has been drawn with the group, in my opinion. That's what I think. Watching it, not from what all these interviews that's coming out, just watching it. Because that is where Jackie always seems to kind of pipe in and say something to Quad about something like accountability, this, that. When Dr. Jackie is the sneakiest snake of them all. When we're in the hotel
I don't want to hear
room.
her say nothing else about accountability until we find out why the hell Curtis over there in the DR when he's a basketball coach. What you teaching? Why she worried about Quad? She should be going to check his emails and checking the flight itineraries and making sure he ain't got another young tender attached to them emails. That's what Jackie
allegedly. Okay, so in the hotel room, Fred, wait, hold on, baby, because we got to open the phone lines. In the second part, you guys, give me your thoughts about them dismissing Quad, and then we're going to open the phone lines for the last 15 minutes of the show. So as a matter of fact, go ahead and get the queue going for me, production. Get the queue going for me. Y'all be ready to call on in. Like and subscribe to the show. And let us know in the group chat as you guys are doing. Thank you. We like over 60 strong, 70 strong right now. We appreciate you for rocking with us. Over 70 strong. Thank you for rocking with us. Zeta, thank you for your tip. Dream and Sammy, thank you for being up here with me today. And I just want to let everybody know in the group chat that we're talking, we're heated, and sometimes it gets a little hurt, but we don't have no animosity with each other. We don't have no tease with each other. We are strictly talking about these ladies, and it's getting ugly, and that's what it's gonna do. All right. So I just want to let y'all know, don't come here trying to cause no division, because Destiny's Child's not breaking up. With that being said, Dream, go ahead and please tell me what you think about the last part of the show.
That was
Of
some nasty
the
work.
hotel. Huh?
That was some nasty work of them to just
Oh.
end this dinner and pull Quad out of her night routine to come and tell her to leave. So you done invited this lady, didn't get her a room, and this within 24 hours, you're telling her to go? Like, I don't like whenever they sit there and vote people out, like how they did Mariah. It always comes back to bite them in the butt, in my opinion. I don't feel like all of that was needed because of the root issue. What originated it was Toya being upset that Quad's talking about Eugene. Contessa said that Eugene's the definition of a big B. So clearly you can get over it. It's not that big of a deal. Y'all didn't vote Contessa out. Well,
But
as far as I
Contessa
saw.
apologized. And that's the thing about Toya, Dream. I had to really think about it. Toya is a girl that will move forward. She got beat up by Mariah and her mama. They apologized. Mariah did apologize on and off camera about that. They moved forward. Simone called her every kind of dummy dumb, the dumb dumb dumb, and dumb and theme, a dumb, dumb and dumb incorporated, dumb and dumber, dumb
Right,
and
but at the
dumbass
same
cult.
time,
But wait, hold on, wait. They moved forward. She moved forward with Simone. Heavenly really was on her during the pandemic. Seems like she's moved forward with that lady, which I never would have done. She's moved forward with Anila. Who accused her of robbing her. I would never, and showed up like movers in the Halloween costume. They apologized. She moved forward with them. She's moved forward with who am I missing? She just moved. She has an ability to move forward with people who have done nasty things to her, and she's done nasty things in kind, and she has offered apologies, tearful apologies at times, and they have genuinely moved forward. So she is a girl that can move forward. And to me, when they were sitting at that dinner scene, and she said, "These are my two non-negotiables, and I need from you," and Quad shot back with, "I've been hurt as well," and she looked at Quad. I said, "That's it right there. This is it. That's the point of no return." I feel like for Toya and Quad,
right,
like,
but
she couldn't get
Toya
it.
is not the queen bee. What
She's
does
not.
Quad talking about Eugene have to do with the rest of the ladies voting Quad out over Toya? That's not it. That's why I'm saying, like, they're trying to cover up and use Toya's issue as the main issue, and it's not. It's
Same thing
not.
they did with
Toya's
Mariah.
issue is minuscule.
Wait,
Jackie being
Dream.
the
Dream, I'm so sorry. What did you just say, Sammy?
That's the same thing they did with Mariah. They used Quad issue, even though Quad said stay out of that. That's me and Mariah. They use that. They're doing the exact same thing.
You know who was really doing it
Group
too?
thing.
Simone. On both parts.
Because they make, and you know what? It's actually quite smart. Make the wives go at it so we can sit back as these high-ranked doctors and make them look like the fools when we really got these because I'm not even gonna do Jackie because I was gonna do Jackie. I was gonna do Jackie bad. I was gonna do Jackie bad because you know what I've noticed when this whole accountability bullshit stuff she's saying, she was not accountable when it came to Buffy. Mind you, she said that we might handle infertility differently. It was just a misunderstanding. No, you said that, girl. You put out her medical advice. You weren't accountable for that. And then you got mad at Simone so much to the point that because she didn't have your back, you stopped befriending her and conveniently befriending heavily when she was tagging Cecil ass on Twitter. That just registered me earlier. All of a sudden, your best friend's husband is going down with this lady. You know how Simone feels about that. And all of a sudden, you and Heavenly are just so damn close. And then Jackie, I don't even know if she apologized to Buffy, but it was they had to force her. She was upset when she did it, and then she stopped fooling with Simone in the process. But here we are speaking and preaching about accountability. Like, you and Quad handle things differently. Clearly infidelity. Like I don't understand what Jackie is. She disappointed me because y'all would say that she's the villain and she does these things. I'd be like, no, not Jackie. She don't be meaning no harm. But when you actually go back and think about the things she's done, Jackie is top tier trash. It is actually disappointing to see for her to be. So I guess she's there because of the merit and she's this high ranked doctor. But Jackie, and that's why I'm so glad when Quad was down there in the negotiations tearing Jackie head up good. Make her work. Tear that mental health up. Take her down to the Hilton Head and make her remember what she's putting up with. Get y'all's money worth, Bravo, or whoever doing it. I'm glad Quad got them negotiations was tearing Jackie ass up. Yeah, and that's Simone finna tear up. The core four. Child, them girls
For me as well, I don't think that Simone should have been a mouthpiece, especially if she said that she didn't really have an issue with Quad. It's always Simone voting people out, and she's always a person who supposedly don't have problems with people.
But
And
she
it's
immediately
crazy to
regretted it with
me
Mariah.
that it was Toya who has the issue, and Toya wasn't the one who's talked during the table or
Toya not the
at
only
this
one with
little
the
room
issue.
situation. Toya should have been the person to kick Quad out, just like she kicked Quad out at Sweet Tea's event.
But listen, Toya not the only one with the issue, right?
Yes, she is.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
Toya has
No,
the
she's
main
not.
issue. They just piggybacked off of Toya's pain.
Hold on, wait. Dr. Jackie has not seen it for Quad since she was doing all that stuff years ago. Okay? So the issues that the group has, the core has with Quad are Toya's issues and Dr. Jackie's issues that are underlying because she uses mouthpieces to get her points across, okay? So it is not only her issue, it is also Dr. Jackie's issue as well. So I do want to put that out there because what we do is we don't put the light on Jackie being messy and shady and her breath stinking, all this stuff. I don't know if her breath stink, I just want to say that. But we don't put the light on her, and she very clearly has an issue with Quad to go in your interview and say that Quad's negative traits outweigh her bad ones. You have an issue with her.
Yeah.
You have found enough issues with her to know for yourself, for your square, whatever, that she has more negative issues with more negative traits than positive traits. Before you get in, hold up. Thank y'all for liking this video. Thank all 80 people watching. We really appreciate it. I think this is probably one of the highest ones we've had. It's getting high. With that being said, production, if we have anybody waiting to talk with us on the phone and get their point across, please let them come on the line and do so. Whoever comes on, you got 2 minutes to get it in and get it out. Excuse me, 1 minute to get it in and get it out. Do we have anyone? If not, we're going to wrap it up. Okay, we do have someone. Who?
You muted. You're muted.
I am one of the people in line.
Wait a minute, Danny. Is there anybody else in line?
Yeah, we got time for everybody.
Danny,
we got time.
First.
So, Quad has mentioned to these ladies more than once that they have not provided her a safe space. Well, let's be very clear. They didn't provide a safe space to her that night. The minute she got there, they instantly tried to trigger her by telling her there was no room. There was nothing but negative intentions here. The only thing I think that Quad did wrong in this whole thing was to Toya, was not acknowledging that Toya, yes, I have hurt you, before saying I was hurt as well. They say they want actions and not words, yet they pack her up and send her home before she can display any actions. And when they continue to talk about actions and not words, Heavenly apologizes every day and go back and does the same thing, but they don't put her out. The real issue is they don't like Quad. And to be quite honest, Quad don't like them either. They all are just there for the check and the show. With that, I am out. I will bring on your next caller.
Thank you, Danny. He was speaking
Thank
facts.
you, Dan. He's right. Facts. They don't like each other. So let's be very honest. When y'all get on these shows like Atlanta and say, oh, the Real Housewives of Atlanta are not a real group of friends. This is not organic. This is not. So now is the goal? Is it moving? Is it changing? Thank you, Danny. Hey, caller, introduce yourself. Caller.
Oh, sorry.
Hey,
Zita.
How are y'all?
Thank you so much for all of your love.
Oh, you're welcome. Now it's time for me to go in. I'm just kidding. Sorry if you see my laundry. They're gonna pick it up tomorrow. I'm so sorry. But anywho,
when they're done. I said, when they're done.
Okay. So you guys kind of basically hit the nail on the head. Like, why are you guys attacking Quad? The only person that has a real issue with her now, I guess, is Jackie and Toya. Toya has an issue with her since the beginning of time, and Jackie never liked her to begin with. And the fact that Quad's agent name dropped her for her negotiation. Now Jackie's mad. I understand that you solidify the show, but girl, you have been coasting ever since Curtis cheated on you with his disgusting mole, and now he's all up in Dominican Republic. You haven't done anything else since then. The other most volatile, like most explosive thing that you have done was your issue with Buffy. But other than that, Jackie really doesn't do anything. The main people that cause drama in the show are, of course, Dr. Heavenly, Toya, and then Quad. And then sometimes Dr. Simone gets in there because she's loud. Speaking of Dr. Simone, I don't like her. I really don't like her. She's always talking smack. She wants to be the ringleader to take people out. Ma'am, you're unlikable. Please stay in your lane. Who else do I want to speak on? I think that's really it. Justice for Quad. I won't be watching anymore. I'll be watching your reviews. So I'll see you guys. Okay. But until the finale, I won't be on again. So have a great holiday. See you guys.
Happy holidays.
Nita, thank you so much. And please just come by, say hey to us, kick it with us. We really love you and we appreciate you. Okay, homegirl?
Bye. Good night.
And before you go, say it with me.
What?
Team Mariah.
Team Quad.
There you go.
All right, she got to go. Production, give me somebody else. Who we got? Jump in, jump out, introduce yourself.
Hey, this is Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Oh, my goodness. Hold on, Sean.
Let's just start at the
Let's just
beginning.
start.
The beginning is when the friendship fell apart, is when Quad told them that Dr. G was beating on her, and they did not believe it. They said, oh, no, he's a doctor. A doctor don't do that. What about his career? If I'm your friend, just say, Chase, you was getting beat. You went to Sammy.
Somebody else.
Well, anyway, just say you was getting beat and you went to Sammy and all the rest of them. They did not believe you. How would that make you feel? You wouldn't like that. Okay, friendship is broken. I don't have a safe space with y'all. So, of course, when she told them people at Sister Circle, they didn't judge her. They believed her. They came to her with open arms. You see how Simone put them little $5, $100 shoes up in the air and kicked her feet up, and how they treated Quad so bad because they wanted more information. If I tell you a certain thing and you don't believe me, why should I tell you more? They started this all together. And I don't know why all of them are scared of Toya. Simone said it out her own mouth. She only agrees with Toya because she don't want her mad at her. So Toya, it's just the Quad and the Toya thing. Dr. Jackie don't like nobody. They didn't even like Heavenly. They actually, Dr. Jackie even told Heavenly, you're not a doctor. You're just a dentist. That highfalutin little doctor thing needs to stop. Why nobody? And then Simone kept inviting Dr. G to their events, to their house, hanging out with him. If you was my sister, why would you still have my abuser coming to your house, believing him, open up everything to him, but you supposed to be my friend? That's where it all started from the beginning. And Dr. Heavenly said out her own mouth, all of them said the same stuff that Quad said about Toya. They on production only showed Quad saying it on film, but they all said it. She said it out of her own mouth. They talk about each other. Everybody said everything. So they don't know why Quad and Heavenly Quad and Toya don't get along. But they do the same thing to each other. It was an ambush. They set her up. And I think it didn't have nothing to do with them. I think production wanted them to do that. And so they did production's dirty work, just like they did Mariah. Production tried to take the show from her. So they made the girls do that to Mariah so they could be clean.
Allegedly.
I know alleged.
Okay, that's all I got.
Thank you, Sean.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I just want to be very clear that the allegations of abuse from both Quad and both Dr. G did not become unearthed and surfaced until the season 6 reunion. We found out that he allegedly had been cheating on he had allegedly been cheating on Quad at the season 5 reunion. Season 6 started. They had not been hearing from Quad because Quad was secluded and dealing with her issues privately. And the issue that the ladies had with that is that Simone and Jackie had just aired out their dirty laundry with their marriages. One was about to get divorced. The other one was getting cheated on left and right because he didn't want that punani. And so that is why they were upset with Quad. So I just wanted to kind of course correct because they felt like they were doing the work and Quad was getting paid and throwing Sister Circle in their face. Please bring on the next caller. Thank you. Introduce yourself, my sweet baby.
What about how I feel?
Oh my God. I didn't know to do it.
What about me?
It's you.
Please, please, Quad. Goodbye, heifer. Goodbye, big head. Goodbye, honey. It's all over. You read the name. You Sammy. I'm awake now. What's up? You told me to go to sleep. I'm awake. What's up?
I mean, you was in the chat yawning, baby. I was worried about you. She trying to fight her sleep just to get a piece of Quad. God damn, girl, it's your time. Go and get it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you letting me have that and
Yes,
add on an extra 30 seconds for his talking. So let me go ahead and clear this out. So we want to sit here and talk about how Quad, she was set up, she was ambushed. Baby, tell Quad to kiss everybody's ass on that cast because that's what she did. She gave them her ass to kiss whenever she was doing the Sister Circle. We were going to talk about, okay, you know, that's how she did Mariah. Nobody's really friends. They were friends. They were friends, and she did it. Excuse me. And she did it to her. She did it to her. So why do we need to sit here? So why do we sit here and need to sit here and baby her? And we listening to the interviews and color scheme, honey, baby. It's all over. She needs a break. Get her out of here. Put a wig on her. Ship her ass out. Put her on the Housewives of Atlanta.
Thank you. Next caller.
We do have 2 more callers, Jasmine.
I don't give off. No, just playing. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. And I wholeheartedly agree. Hey, next caller, where you at? Caller, where you at? Call on now. Caller, is you on the air? Introduce yourself, baby.
You're on mute.
Hey, to the caller.
Your mic's muted.
Tell Danny to unmute her.
Danny, production, can you mute my mic?
Oh, that baby, I bet she's talking away too.
Oh, I bet she's giving it up to the people, honey. Okay, we're going to bring you down and bring up the next one. We're going to try you again. If not, we're going out the air. What we got next?
Hey, Sir Capricorn.
How y'all
Hey, Sir
doing?
Capricorn.
Hey.
Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
All right, good. All right. So I want to, so I do want to say, Sean, when she called it, she did have a point about where everything started. But I also want to point out something too. And I love Mariah, but I will say, I have to say it. The main reason why everybody was upset with Mariah was because Mariah looked at everybody and said, "You guys are not married to medicine. You're married to Mariah."
Speak it.
So is that so, Sir Capricorn?
So the same thing but I'm saying the same thing that everybody's saying about
let the caller talk.
The same thing that everybody's saying about my auntie Nene Leakes is the same thing that's with Mariah. Mariah thought she was bigger than the show.
But Sir Capricorn, I have to ask you, did in the season 6 reunion, Simone say that Quad was going around telling everyone that she was the star of the show, and Quad said that she was saying that she was the star of the show when it upset the girl, she stopped. So isn't that the same thing?
We didn't see it.
So here's the thing: when everybody, I'm saying when everybody is saying that's just okay. So Chase, let me ask you this: if everybody said that you were the breakout of the lean,
okay,
would you not go around saying, "Well, everybody's saying I'm the breakout of the lean"?
I wouldn't. I would say thank you. And you know what? That's interesting that you say that because when the lean, right? It's like how many of us is now? Like 11?
12.
12 of us. I'm sorry, 12 of us. And everybody likes somebody different, right? So if people like me, I'm appreciative of those who like me, and I love that. But there are people who like Dream. There are people who like Sammy. There are people who like so and 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 so. And so for me, I accept who loves me, and I'm glad that they do. But I honestly just come up here and give it to the people, and that's what I come to do.
And
So
and
for
that's fair.
me,
That's
I'm
fair.
not that girl. No.
Yeah, that's fair. But I'm saying like but the difference though is with Quad, they didn't like Quad since season one, episode one. They thought the woman was ghetto and all this other stuff. So when people are hyping you up, when the fans are hyping you up, so heck yeah, I'm gonna go around and saying, well, the fans said I'm the breakout of the show. Y'all said all this stuff about me about me when I first got on here. I'm letting y'all know what the people are saying. Now, and also with so going into the episode, when they had that core four meeting in the beginning, that's the meeting that Quad should have been at, and they had that conversation. Don't make me fly all the way to Napa to tell me you don't like me. Y'all could have told me y'all didn't like me in Atlanta in the morning when y'all had that meeting together. Quad should have been a part of that meeting when y'all were trying to decide if y'all gonna invite her on the trip. Don't decide you want to invite her on the trip just to kick her off the trip.
Okay. And so Capricorn, we have to close out. Give me your
Yep.
final thought, and then we're going to close out of the show, and we will see y'all in 2 weeks. What's your final
Yep.
thought, Sir Capricorn?
Oh, yeah. Final thought. Quad. I can't wait to the finale. I will still be watching the season to see how many times they mention Quad's name throughout the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thank
So Capricorn, we
you.
Yeah.
love that you call in. Like you're supposed to be working, but you ain't doing that. But that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's none of my business. Nothing to do with there. Because you're coming in to work with us. So thank you. You're clocking in here. You might not clock in there, but you're gonna clock in here. You're just not getting none of that money that's either left us. And I just want to let you know that. With that being said, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. It's been such a great show. Y'all got the comments going. Dream, Sammy, thank you for your opinions. We really with Married to Medicine only get to scratch the surface because it's a lot deeper and there's a lot more left on the table. But in 2 weeks we will be back. We're gonna be giving it up to the people, and we will see you then. Until then, we're gonna bid you a fond farewell. Good night. And if you miss us, just watch the show or go back and watch Quad's Last Supper because I will over and over again. Just as these girls hated on Mariah. Thank you. With that being
You
said,
see, the girls gotta watch Quad to
Happy
get full,
we
man.
gotta
Ain't that
holidays.
go.
something?
We gotta go.
Ain't that something?
Bye.